So let's look at selling that naked call option, that 1255 option by itself, compared to now selling that call vertical. So in this case, if we sold the 1255 call by itself, obviously there's a lot more money to be made, but we get to this loss potential, which we now know is undefined. And you see here now it says undefined as opposed to unlimited. That's because, believe it or not, I spoke to the software developers and I told them that unlimited was a bad term to use. I thought undefined was much better, and they agreed with me. So from now forward, we're actually going to see undefined listed here as opposed to unlimited loss. So what's the upside for selling a call option with undefined loss potential? Well, we get this high POP. Those are the trade-offs, right? Undefined loss, selling the call option by itself, and we get this high POP. So let's go over to the call vertical instead and see how that plays out. Well, in this case, obviously the profit potential is much lower. We see that. But here's the beautiful thing. Our loss is capped, right? We know exactly how much we can lose. We no longer have this undefined loss potential. I know if things go horribly wrong, the most I can lose in this trade is 265. That is a great feeling because now I can sleep at night. I know if the whole market collapses, no matter what happens, I can afford, and if your account's big enough, to take this 265 loss, whereas undefined, it could go into the thousands and it could bury us on one trade. And when I sell this vertical, I still have a POP of 53%, above 50%. And why is that? Because even in this case, my potential loss, I can lose more than I can win, which is rule number one. If you can lose more than you can win, our POP has to be above 50%, and it is. So that's a great feeling as well. So yes, understandably, the POP is a lot less than it is for the undefined risk option, but undefined risk again, right? That's a much scarier scenario, especially as beginning traders. We would much rather know, like, worst case scenario, what's the most I can lose? And now we do. We've defined our risk. We still have a good potential profit to make, but our risk is defined, and we still have a POP greater than 50%. And that's exactly why we sell call the verticals as opposed to selling just a naked option or an option by itself. Undefined risk, too scary. Defined risk, much nicer, and a POP still above 50%. Hey, those are all bonuses working in our favor as beginning traders. We love to sell verticals.